Okay, I guess we are live now. Can you hear me, Cam?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So do we begin?
Yeah, I'm ready to go when you are. So we're live.
Let's go.
I think.
Yeah. So hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm your host Tej Karan, and we are really super excited to have you all with us. Little housekeeping tip before we begin: this session is recorded, so you can revisit the session on YouTube channel. So as you all are aware, as a part of Build Your Career in Salesforce series, we would be talking about Salesforce CPQ today. And today we have a very special guest, Cam, joining us from London. Cam is a Salesforce Functional Lead and a business analyst. He's a 6x Salesforce certified, 2x SQL DBA, 4 times Microsoft, and nonetheless, he's also a YouTuber, trainer, and an independent consultant. We would also be dropping links to all his handles in the next slide and also on the YouTube video in the description. So, without any further ado, let us just welcome Cam. Hey, Cam, how are you doing?
I am very well, man. Thank you so much asking. And yeah, I'm ready to
Great.
talk to the people. Let's see what's coming
Oh, great to
today.
hear
And
that.
it's one of my
So,
favorite topic nowadays. Big time,
oh yeah, CPQ has just been all over now.
man.
So why don't you just
Yeah.
go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience?
Right. Okay. Right. Yeah. Is it working now? Are we live now?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Just 1 second. Right. Sorry. Yeah. Coming back to your question. Sorry. What did you say?
Yeah. So why don't you just go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience?
All right. Yeah. Sure. Guys. My full name is Kamaljeet, that you can see on the screen, but all over London, UK, it's living more than I think 13 years, and known as Cam, and it's famous. Everybody knows me as as a Cam, and yeah, it's been a pleasure. 7 years working under all Salesforce ecosystem and learned different things. Again, I started as a admin, but it's, as a lead, I think it's about five years roughly, like working on solutions, prototypes, solution design, working with developers, team India, US, UK, all over Europe. And I've done a lot of freelancing work as a contractor, but here we are. So my background is I was a civil engineer, but end up in IT, and learned about DBA, Microsoft technologies. It's like amazing, like it's not a small career. It's about 17 years, and yeah, here we are together. And I suddenly, someone just told me, Cam, you should start your YouTube, and I started YouTube channel, interacting with the people. So it's another different approach, and every weekend I get it, like I'm interacting with one-to-one, sometimes two people on the call, sometimes I'm mentoring from Salesforce side as well, like I'm a mentor in the trailhead. People call me, contact me. So yeah, I think I'm very approachable at the minute. So guys, yeah, feel free, reach out to me. So you got my two channels here, like either Instagram, on YouTube, ping me a post or anything. So stay in touch, so we can talk and we can work together.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you have a very well diversified portfolio of certifications apart from Salesforce also I see.
Yeah,
So,
certifications. Yeah,
so
I
yeah,
always I try my best to stay on top of it.
exactly. That's the best.
Yeah.
And so yeah, before we
Yeah.
begin, yeah.
Sorry, I just want to make sure people are able to listen to us or not. Did you guys get message? Because a couple of my followers, actually, they are on the call and they are saying they are unable to listen.
I guess yeah. Can we just put a thumbs up in the comment section if you're able to hear us?
Yeah, guys, can you please tell us if you guys can hear us properly? Because I can't see in the chat, basically, if people can.
I don't see any hands.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess yeah, they're able to.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah. So I got the updates. They're
Oh,
able
you
to.
got the updates.
Yeah,
So it's working now, yeah?
exactly. We are live.
Oh,
So
that's
yeah. So everyone, please give Cam a very big shout out and do let us know where you're joining us from in the comment section. And before we begin, I just want to share with our audience this session is for everyone, whether you're fairly new to Salesforce or the CPQ ecosystem, or you've been there since decade. Just think of this live as a 1 hour CPQ crash course, and you're probably going to end up learning a lot. So apart from this, at the end, we would also be sharing some good material to get started in the CPQ space. Also, for your reference, the CPQ that we use in the Salesforce, the Steelbreak one, it's not something that Salesforce natively built it. It was acquired from a company called Steelbreak late in the December of 2015. So last year, Salesforce also published an article that stated, there has been an immense shortage of workforce in the CPQ space. So if you're planning to get certified, it's surely going to, help your career path. So let's hop on to the first question. Yeah. So the first question is, what is Salesforce CPQ? And how does it actually work? And it would be great, Cam, if you could just break down the meaning of each letter, like CPQ, and what do they exactly stand for.
people gonna love this. This is not really actually a big deal, guys. CPQ. It's actually very general terminology, and C for configure, P for price, Q for quote. Basically, every time whenever we go and buy something, we need some kind of quotations from the person, basically, right? How it works, right? And what will be my final estimates basically on it. Okay, so yeah, C4, we need how we can configure. So you pick out what they will buy, right? So you need to configure. So, we will go through the examples when we go a little bit deeper discussion, basically, how this should work. Okay. So C for configure, P for pricing, right? We add products in Salesforce. I'm sure many of you, because whoever is attending CPQ, they already have, my expectation is you already have a background on admin. You must have seen the Salesforce. You must have seen a couple of clouds of Salesforce. I'm not saying any particular cloud name at the minute. We will cover that later as well. So each product need a price, okay? And you need to configure the price in the Salesforce when you generate a quote or estimate into the Salesforce. And that is very handful thing. And you generate a PDF document and you send that PDF document to the external people from Salesforce. And this is actually CPQ does for you, right? It actually a independent uh, product which links with Salesforce to utilize. So C for configure, P for price, Q for quote. But in detail, altogether, it works to help the business process, and helping clients to see what exactly I am getting from this quote. Make sense,
Correct.
everyone?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I move on to the next question? Okay. So the second question is, where does it exactly fit into the Salesforce along with other clouds? And also during the process, if you can name few of the other CPQ that exist, like probably we've been hearing about, after steel break and velocity, few of them.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take this part as a very detailed. So, we discuss a very small thing, CPQ, right? But if you look at CPQ, there are only three letters, but it's actually it's working. There is a complete data model attached to it. We've got products, we've got pricing, we've got opportunities, we've got cases. I know, don't be shocked if I say cases. I know, but I will tell you guys later in a bit why I said cases. But yeah, mainly it's opportunity. It's all about Sales Cloud. It's about pricing, sales team. So this is all interacting. So where exactly does it fit into Salesforce along with other clouds? The first answer is, the biggest answer is Sales Cloud. Okay, sales team need a pricing, they need product knowledge, and they need a quote to send that to the client. Okay, that's why CPQ comes in to help to make some kind of automations on top of it, right? So it's not just adding a product and giving a price. That's a CPQ. No, it's actually you are doing a lot more in that. Okay, and that will become a bundles, right? That will also involve discounts, right? That will also bring some kind of your rules. Basically, you talk about pricing rules, product rules, and you add things on it. You can use as a mapping. So if I'm selling, let me give you an example as well. So very simple example. I want to buy a PC, right? So PC is my top, but now I have a keyboard, I have a mouse, I have a screen, I have a some attachments. So that becomes like a bundle, right? Now that bundle is actually a product bundle. So how much discount that need, right? I'm selling 200 PCs to one person. Is there any discount available? Yes or no? Which means it's up to us. So CPQ is a yes, it's a configure price code, but it's it's actually adding a lot more value for the sales team, because when sales team is working, they're not only working just on one product. They have other business processes like B2C process. They have a B2B process. B2B, business to business. They have to bundle the product in a high volume. B2C is a very consumer based, like Amazon. Amazon is consumer based. You're going to buy something. You just need one person to decide something, and they can just buy one product, one price. You buy, you decide, done. But when it comes down to B2C, you decide volume, you decide subscription, right? You decide asset management, you decide so much. And then on top of CPQ, you will also have a CLM, which is contract lifecycle. It's all actually attached, right? So yeah, this is why I wanted to extend, and this is where, like Tej Karan mentioned, there are many types of you must have heard the names like Actus. That was very famous. So Steel Brick comes in a picture, I think about 2015 and 2016, and I worked. I think I did work on Steel Brick in 2016 little bit, but I have seen how people utilized. And first time when I seen CPQ, that was in 2018 and 19 in action. But previously, Aptus was very famous, right? People were like dying to use. Then there is another product, Financial Force. I don't know if you guys heard of it. They also have their version of CPQ, where you can do a lot of PSA kind of linking. But again, every company try to do CRM and CPQ because they want to customize things. Okay, Salesforce itself, obviously they have a CPQ, which is nowadays it's CPQ, but previous name was Steelbrick. But they have an additional one, which is Velocity, which is industry specific, right? When we talk about mobiles, right? We have a like companies like mobile technology companies like Vodafone. Let's take that example. It's a global name. So they can provide a industry specific CPQ customized solutions to the client, where they can work directly and less code. That's what the industry specific is. So you don't have to code high to work on it. But again, you need specialists, you need consultants, special consultants, like how to configure, how to utilize. Okay. I hope I'm not talking too much, guys, obviously, because this question is very heavy. Actually, it's not. So where exactly it fit into in a bullet point way? Please, if you want to stop me and ask questions, comment your questions at the same time. It's a sales, right? It's a CLM, right? It's B2B, it's B2C, and multiple versions. And obviously discounting comes in, and bundles, you do structure, you got product catalogs, you do multiple pricing in it. It's actually very, very massive, right? And this is, I'm talking about configuration and fitting. Then after, you will have a utilization, right? Nowadays the utilization is becoming very big. You got community cloud, you got commerce cloud. Then both commerce cloud also split into two, which is B2B and B2C, right? So it's another bigger picture, right? So, but let me stop now. So Tej Karan, are you getting any questions?
Just let me check.
Even you want to stop
Probably we'll
now?
do that at the end, after all our questions. That would be great. All the questions at once.
Yeah, we can, because I just don't want people to feel like, oh God, it's too much now. Let's just, right. So guys, in a very generic, like, that's where exactly, when I say you can fit, it's a very broad area, and it's a very broad area where you can. And when we talk about, I mentioned cases, right? It's a service cloud, right? You can utilize for entitlements kind of stuff, basically, where you can design these things. And it's little complicated when it becomes like how we can use entitlements and the product, because it's a life cycle. If I'm selling, if I need to support that product, right, I need to attach that product back into case. How can I add? Obviously, you need to use the service cloud to attach the products into, and this is where you need help to configure your CPQ with your service cloud management. And I'm actually, that's my current project as well. I'm working on it, and we are analyzing these things. So if somebody have a fault in a product, or they didn't like that part, and they want to raise a support ticket, or they want to raise some complaint about the product, how do we manage? What is the product life cycle? What is the subscription? How much support we should provide? So these are the questions going to come as a part of support on the service cloud side. So it's not only sales cloud, it's, there is a service cloud involved as well, plus community cloud involved as well, plus commerce cloud involved as well, right? So it's all together, right? I'm
Like back and
yeah,
forth.
it's, you can carry on talking where we can fit this CPQ, but yeah, it's basically that much. And I haven't touched the revenue yet, but we'll go slowly. I will give some time to Tej Karan now. so, so yeah.
Also, yeah, apart from this, one thing where I feel, Salesforce should improve with CPU, especially, the deployment part. It's the only way we can deploy now is, I guess, like, it's just the data migration now, and it doesn't happen through chain sets. Then there are, third-party tools like Broadly, but only, the big clients can afford it, it's not for startups. That's one of
Oh,
the places I feel, Salesforce should improve. So,
yeah, there is always a
hope for improvement.
look, every product, they comes with some dependency or limits, right?
Exactly.
So, and every product needs some time to become really a mature product. So,
Much.
like, when, because I remember this when there was talk about steel brick, it was something else, then it become CPQ. I personally know a couple of guys who actually build the steel brick. They're
Oh,
based
wow.
in London, and I met them, and it's actually, it's amazing. And I met in London World Tour, basically, and yeah, it's amazing, guys. Meeting those people who actually build, they were developers there.
Oh, wow.
They got the jobs in Salesforce, so they're working there right now, and they've become like VP level people. So it's good.
Yeah, that's amazing, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Let's just
meeting
move
those
on.
people, it's a different level.
Yeah. So let's just move on to the third question.
Mhm.
Yeah. So the question is, what organization should use CPQ, and what problem does it exactly solve for the sales rep? Because they are the, basically the end users or the beneficiaries in most of the projects. So, and, also I just read about it. There was a research done lately which said that, almost 34% of the sale, like 34% of the sales person's time is spent on selling, and, they spend, rest of the time in, building on the codes and setting up the proposals and getting the approval. So I think there's
Yep.
like a lot of overhead time that goes into this. So this is where the actually CPQ comes into the picture and helps them to reduce this overhead time.
Yeah, sorry. I just got a question. The LinkedIn live got cancelled. I'm not sure yet why people are asking question. Sorry, I'm getting questions on LinkedIn at the same time. So I'm just telling people, no, we are live. We
are
are
live.
actually live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just mentioned that in the message, basically, that we are live. So I don't know. Did you see the message on the chat?
Yeah, people are able to hear us.
Huh?
People are able to hear us.
Yeah, I think there must be
We are live.
on. Yeah. Okay, I just messaged everyone, guys. We are live and we are talking. People are listening to us. Sorry, yeah, I think it's internet nowadays. It happens. Sorry.
Just got to deal with it.
Yeah, I don't know why this is happening, but yeah, it's we are live and I think people can hear us, which is good. So, so what organizations should use CPQ and
How does it actually
and
help the sales rep?
say again?
How does it actually help the sales rep?
Yeah, and how does it help? So first of
Exactly.
all, what organization should use? Uh, it's I would say the simple answer is it's up to the organization, and it doesn't really matter what time, because I have seen four different industries who utilize this. Obviously, number one, retail, right? They can use it, but I personally work on service industry. They use CPQ. Training industry, I'm actually working on it. And end of the day, I can give you one example. Maybe, let's take an example of Trailhead. We have courses, and Salesforce put the pricing and they bundle it up. This price is this, that price is this. It's end of the day, behind the scene, it's a product, right? And each product has a life cycle. Like, 1 year after I want to change the price on this, you go carry on. And the biggest one, which I was amazed working on it, is it's linked to a travel industry, which means I'm talking about the airports, how they use this product catalog. It was amazing, right? Executing arrival service, executing departure service, executing a transit, right? When you go to airport and you creating the bundles, you creating additional bundles, and lot of stuff, basically, and link to order management, right? So we skipped previously, guys. There is one more bullet point: order management. You can utilize the CPQ configuration in order management tool as well. Like, and that one order is one booking, right? I can sell one order as a arrival service, as a VIP meet, right? Any Bollywood, Hollywood star, when they travel with different levels, right? And there's a bookings for those guys, right? And how to manage. I'm landing at New York airport, or I'm departing from Heathrow airport. I need VIP, right? How to handle this? You can easily manage that in CPQ, right? So I think this is a very good example, like how people use. Same as we did configure for the chauffeur cars, right? Because chauffeur car companies, they also utilize these. Because nowadays, if you got electric cars, you want to pick up a car, just click on the system, how many cars you want to take it. 2 cars, 3 cars, 1 car. You can bundle the pricing. You can also provide B2B level of support on those ones. So guys, so industry, we are talking industry. So organizations, sorry, what organizations? So I would put that organization comes under industry, right? So that's how becoming organization. Okay. So I'm just taking a little bit different approach to handle this situation as an industry. This industry, many organizations come and they can utilize CPQ products accordingly. And what problem does it solve? Automation. I think the very simple answer, it automates, it saves the time of sales rep. It you can generate your quotes on the fly, right? You can allow your products public. So if I go to the portal, I can generate my own quote by myself. Basically, I have a booking. So let's encyclopedia. If you go to the travel website, I want to generate my itinerary. I just press and I will generate my quote immediately. That this is the problem. It's resolved by CPQ. So yeah, it's basically that's how the tool works. And that's the problem solving for sales team, for account management team, for billing, because it's not only limit up to sales, it goes into billing. It generates, you can actually, if I look at the revenue cloud, because Salesforce, what they did, they actually provide further clouds, like further bundles, CPQ plus billing, right? It's up to the company how big package they want to take over and start working on, or start configuring the CPQ accordingly, right? So guys, I would say you're not limited to CPQ now. So you have to learn CPQ plus expertise
Yeah.
features. Then you also have to learn CPQ plus billing stuff as well. Okay. So the problem solving is number one, very simple answer, automation. Department wise, sales team, client relation team, right? Anything is, even marketing, ROI, return on investment, basically, right? How many products I sold, right? What products is the high seller, basically? It helps them as well, right? So they can actually take the reports, right? Reporting makes such easier approach for those guys. What's my top selling product? What price, what bundles are selling a lot, right? So you can run these kind of things. You can make dashboards and make it publicly available for your directors, senior managers, finance advisors, who are actually planning these things. And the amount, when I first configured, we had a team, pricing team, like 5-6 people basically sitting there, all they're writing the products. But then how to configure? It should be configured at CPQ level, right? So end of the day, it's a human body is working. They are calculating everything, but we have developers who's making those minds into the code, and or configuration or formulas or flows, whatever you call it in Salesforce, we make it happen for them.
Right. I totally get it. When you
Another
see,
one. Thanks. It helps for forecasting as well. There you go, guys. Thank you. Someone said it.
yeah, I totally agree with you. When you said that it's important to learn, billing part also along with the CPQ, because I think in general the CPQ process generally stops at creating the code templates. Then
Yep.
you can probably integrate like a DocuSign and get your code sign or your agreement done. But if you want to handle the rest part of your business, like
Mhm.
getting a payment and handle your billing, you need to know the billing cloud. Probably integrate with the financial force, or get it integrated with the payment gateway,
Yep.
because
Oh
billing
yeah.
cloud is the one that generally generates the invoices for you, for your customer. And then you can automate
Yeah.
those invoices, and especially if it's a subscription product, you can just schedule an invoice batch and
Mhm.
get those done weekly, or based on whatever payment term is for your customer.
Oh yeah, even that's a good point you raise. Actually, recently I was. Let me give you guys very good example actually on it. So when you're working on new clients and you have existing clients, when it comes down to upsell, right? So upsell, you can easily break subscriptions during the product catalog, because it's actually easy. And if your subscription is 5 year, you can actually make a change, and client don't want to go to next 5 years, and they want to sell it, because it's actually, let's say my subscription is finishing today, and I don't want to continue for next 5 years, I want 3 years. You can actually, when generating a quote from it's called there is a word called, look, when you don't remember that, I hate it. It's
Amendments.
called renewal. So renewal opportunity, renewal. So renewal is a pain part in every single sales process, guys. This is a tip for you for a whole session, right? So every interview, if you're going for CPQ interview, they will definitely ask you the question about how comfortable are you managing the renewals. Okay, so right, so make sure whenever you planning anything, you learn for the renewal as well. So what and at the same time, the as subscription finish, it will generate a renewal opportunity. You have to configure at CPQ level. If you don't configure, it won't. Okay, and make sure you assign a proper queue for those renewals, because Salesforce, the sales team, they only survive in a company for 1 or 2 years because they get more offer, they go. So don't make it ownership to the individuals, make it to the team or chatter post so they can manage those opportunities. But again, coming back to the point, renewal, yes, you can reduce the subscription or you can increase accordingly. You might have to change those. It's very easy to manage from there. Okay, so never forget renewals whenever you're planning CPQ interviews. They will ask questions.
So
Anything
let's.
I missed?
Uh, no, not really. I think we are going good. So, as we have time, let's talk briefly, about some of the conflict things related to, the CPQ. Probably we could start with like what product rule is, what price rule is, what discount schedule is, and the templates. So let's start, what product rule is, and, so someone, who's been looking to learn Salesforce, they get an idea about what the underlying configuration looks like. Can you?
Yeah, it's yeah. So these rules are, again, these are for admins, right? So yeah, to map the products accordingly, because you can't just make bundles like blindly, right? So you need to set up behind the scene. You have to set up the rules in Salesforce, right? And this is a very hard. I'm not saying hardcore coding, but you need to understand the logics behind the scene, how I should configure this. Okay,
And these are all
so
objects.
yeah, oh yeah, so yeah, product rule, price rule, discount, schedules, bundle. Yeah, these that's a good tip, man. Thank you. Right, and if discount schedules, let's give one example. Discount schedules. So let's say I am selling licenses. Okay, I want to sell my pricing for 1 up to 5. My license price is, let's say, $10, right? From 1 to 100, my price is $8. From 1, yeah, sorry, 1 to 10, then 10 to, if you're buying more than 10 to 50, then different. Sorry, I was wrong there. So 1 to 10 is standard price, right? Let's take that example. Then from 11 to 50, I have a different price, right? Then from 51 to 500, I have a different price. Then 501 to 5,000, I have a different. So this is basically, I'm creating some level of discounting schedules to sell, right? To sell this. It's a very, and you can do data import export in this
You can
discounting
create slabs
schedules.
basically. You can
Sorry,
create
say again.
slabs. You can create slabs, right? Like 0 to
Yes,
10.
you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can create those slabs and multiple things. So yeah, but yeah, so it's actually it's tough, but again, you have to understand the concept of discount. And I would say there are questions comes in, I'm sure, because I was reading through this whole documentation about it when we were doing this discounting schedules, and it's not the easy one. You have to work with your pricing team, whoever does it basically, and then create accordingly. It's not only configuration and stuff, it's behind the scene. You have to explain the team as well, like how it should work, and then they will provide the information. Then it's kind of a requirement gathering, and you work accordingly. Okay.
Oh, exactly. That's
Bundles
the right.
means bundle. Yeah, bundles, I think we discussed already multiple times. And templates are like quoting tool templates, basically, how you want to use how. So it's a standard templates provided by Salesforce. But and yeah, you can utilize it's yeah, it's out of box functionality. There are multiple templates available to utilize those.
Yeah, you can have those like dynamic terms at the end based on your, custom field. You can like just based on your custom fields, you can like dynamically select a custom. What do you call it? The terms. That's like one of
Yeah.
the feature of templating. And then you can have like multiple templates also. And how does
Yes.
like exactly product rule helps? Can you just give an example? Like the most common example on Trailhead is like if you sell a computer, you get a keyboard free along with that.
I think that's a very good example.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, it's exactly, yeah, it's the rule you need to set up basically what you want to offer, right? And you
Exactly.
can, yeah, with obviously with the Salesforce limits, you can generate multiple many rules basically to handle that, right? Same vice versa for the pricing as well. You work together, right? So it's actually a very good example you have given. Yeah, thanks for the tip.
And then,
I forgot
like
about
couple
it.
of more things.
Sorry.
Yeah. Then there are like a couple of more things like search filter and guided selling. So guided selling is another very important feature that most of the organizations use, and it helps the sales rep and getting to the right product.
It's a lot, man. When you dig into sales CPQ, I'm telling you, when you dig into, it's actually,
Yeah.
it's so much in there. So well, there is. Thanks, Sonia. Validation. She must be working on it. Well, let me tell you guys. Like, I'm sure configurators, because I'm a very functional side. I work more with business side stuff, features and enhancements on side of things. But I'm sure many of you guys, I'm sure you guys know more than us in the sense of configuration, because you deal with configuration every day, right? We deal with business stories, we deal with business consultancy, we deal with how much we can expand the CPQ utilization. Like I told you about, CPQ doesn't have a limit, right? So limit is going very different. Then you got integration comes in with external websites. Okay, so my main focus is always business. If this tool is good, what kind of resource, like Sonia mentioned very good point. Even Nachikate Kulkarni, I think he mentioned a couple of things about good for cross sale and stuff. So it's a good tips, guys. You sharing it here. It will help for all the developers who's joined this call as well, and that will help on on your exam stuff, right? But anything industry specific, all that stuff basically, it's you need to see how people are utilizing this product, right? It's a very vast, it's not simple product. There are many objects involved and
Exactly.
and it's there are many objects and forms and all that stuff involved. And forecasting, normal reporting, dynamic reporting, then you have a dynamic dashboard stuff. It's all comes apart all together. And my focus with the business, sometimes senior business holders, they don't even want to see what pricing bundle I have created. They want to see what my return of investment is. So if I spend that much money on a CPQ, can my Salesforce team, sorry, can my sales team generating that level of revenue? So how can I configure that revenue reports basically, right? And to show the dashboard what products are actually on my top of the list basically. So they don't care about sometimes like how I configured it. They want to know, can I see the best numbers? Can I see my fall? Can I see my up? Can I see upsell? Can I see renewals happening? Can I see subscriptions increasing? Can I see this I'm taking revenue is doing really well. So these so two different layers in the business. So business management, they want to see different level of CPQ approach, but the configuration team, they want to see a very different level of CPQ, how easy is to fit in my other tools basically, right? So there are two pictures looking at this product. Okay, so but yeah, here you go. A couple of more options now. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So the next question is, how one can get started on the journey to get the CPQ certifications. Also, do you think there are any prerequisites for starting with the CPQ certification?
Well, Salesforce is always say prereq is admin or PD1, right? Or app builder kind of stuff. Basically, you have to do it to get to because this certification is a consultant level, right?
Exactly.
And my personal opinion is, don't go for CPQ exam if you don't understand the sales process, right? If you do know, if you've done the Sales Cloud, which is obviously very good, right? If you have good hands-on on opportunities, how the opportunities and contract works, I would say go for it. But if you haven't touched the Sales Cloud, I don't think it's best idea to go to CPQ immediately. And if you can, spend some time either general learning about how the product and catalog things are working, I would say understand. But if I'm looking prereqs on Salesforce side, I can't see like admin, obviously, or PD1. You should do it, but normally that's my recommendation. Sales Cloud has to have it. Like you need to have that certification to work on it. Then you can go for it, right? So that I would say the prereq. Another one nowadays, I was actually previously finding it. So Salesforce has also started something called fast path learning. So let's say if you are already working on CPQ project, and let's say your manager said, can you do the certification, right? Okay, I will do it, but obviously it's going to take time. So guys, I can share the link with Tej. Shall I send the link to you?
Yes.
I found, yeah, it's actually very good one. So let me send it to you.
Yeah, I'll have it in the
One
comment
second.
section below.
Sorry.
Yeah, we'll drop that in the comment section.
Oh, I can drop here. Yeah. Let me see if I can comment.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Okay, I'll have
That
it
is
then.
strange.
Okay,
Sorry.
I'll just put it.
I just
I'll just
send it to you. You can share it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just drop that on the comment section.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. So, guys, if you go to guys, whenever you go to that link, there is a option. Obviously, you have to register for Salesforce like general form and submit it. And the good thing about is there is another second bullet point, Salesforce features. They actually provided the end-to-end sales process, how the bundles, rules, discounting, and all that. It's actually, I think, a 1.5 hour demo, and it's lot of help for the certification part, right? um, Before it was very restricted to the partners, but now I think slowly Salesforce is making these webinars publicly so people can improve their skills. Okay, there is another one for Sales Cloud as well, but I have to Google it. Actually, I was working with one of my friend previously, and I found it. And same is for the Community Cloud. Okay, so if you are planning exams, so I would suggest you guys to go for these fast learning part. It's free, they don't charge, and you can learn more because it's an end-to-end webinar, and it's very helpful. And I passed my Service Cloud and FSL based on that. So I would recommend you guys to do that one. And and community as well, I think. Yeah, and Community Cloud as well with that one. So please make sure you learn those things from FastPath. It's another key to do. Trailhead is there, obviously, but I know
Exactly. I
sometimes
appreciate
Trailhead is getting more bored. Basically, I know it's boring
it.
as well.
Exactly.
I can't talk off all the time, but FastPath I'm finding is very useful. It's to the point, and you can get the exam done easily.
Otherwise, I guess there's also a official handbook from the Salesforce, like the CPQ handbook, but it's
Oh
like
my
more
God,
than
that's
400 pages.
huge, man. That's
That's
400,
400 pages.
500
That's like
pages.
Bible for CPQ. It's not.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know. The thing is, I'm a person basically. I want to talk to the people. Like today, if I get CPQ webinar, I will jump on it. I will go for it. So we have a. I think we have a meetup coming next week in London as well. They're going to talk about yeah. It's I think it's about Revenue Cloud, and there's another one. It's coming in London now, but it's on site basically. But anyway, so I would jump on it because it's more friendly. At least you're listening and you are taking the tips. So, but yeah, but some people are really good readers. I'm not. I'm the bad one.
Exactly. It depends like
I
what you're
love
preparing.
listening. So I think we copy paste already. Yeah. The webinar. I think Kate, he's asking for the link. I think we provided it already. Yeah. Yeah. The link is there, guys. So he already pasted it.
Okay, let's move on to the next slide.
Yep.
Before we take on the questions. So a little bit of self-publicity now. We at Apphienz are a registered Salesforce Silver Consulting partner. We work with some of the most smashing clients in the industry. If you wish to work with us, you can send in your applications from our website portal, or you can send in an email at careers@aphienz.com. Yeah. So let's take on some questions now. I mean, most interesting part that I'm looking forward to.
Oh my God. Yeah. Let's talk, guys. Come on.
Oh,
I'm not restricting you just on this. Difference between reseller and distributor. Oh God, I can't see any difference between these guys. Right. So, right, because end of the day, distributors they are delivering things. Distributing things. Resellers are reselling things. Um, God, general terminology. There's nothing coming in my mind at the minute right now. Maybe I can take this offline. In a general, I know what are they resellers and both of guys, but the difference is going to be really tough.
yeah, probably we can do that later.
Yeah, we can do that later. Yeah.
The next question. Yeah. John Byrne is asking, how does CPQ add value to an organization?
I think we discussed this. Reduce the
Exactly.
time, right?
Exactly.
More automation means we are making things really better, right? And obviously more automation means remote reporting better, right? Reporting better means more visibility to the business, right? More visibility to the business means it's improvement gonna happen every month, every week, right? Because it's publicly available now for everyone, right? So but yeah, it's a good question basically, because this is the first question whenever I go to any client side. Hi, okay, I can buy CPQ. What's the value? Why do I buy your CPQ? Why are you recommending the CPQ? Then you have to go through those details basically about, this is the benefit, this is the benefit, this is the sales benefit, this is finance benefit, this is reporting benefit, this is dashboards, this is support benefit, and you have to explain the values to one of those products and how. So it's not limit then from sales to CPQ, it's then expand further, right? Where you can utilize. It's not only value up to the configure, and it's how to utilize, how the end user is going to adopt this product as a from your website or portal or wherever, right? So yeah, that I think is the best one.
Neeraj
What
Mehta
are
is
the implementations of CPQ? What are the implementations of CPQ? You just need to download the package and install it.
exactly.
Right. Yeah. But let's elaborate a little bit more on this one. So, number one, you do need a license, right, from Salesforce. And they will give you access via the App Exchange to download the product from App Exchange to your Salesforce own. Yes. Number two, you have to have Sales Cloud to install the CPQ package, right? Then obviously you have to configure. And when we talk about the implementations, so we follow the implementation delivery plan basically to go through requirement, go to impact analysis, go through planning, and then deliver and implement, right? So yeah, I think that might be the best to take it. Thanks,
Yeah.
Neeraj.
Okay. Any more questions? I think that was
Anyone
it.
going for exam?
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's it for today. You're not getting any
Yeah,
more questions.
I think it's too late
So
for the people.
yeah, it's probably very late here. It's 11:20 p.m. in India.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and
All right then.
and yeah, in the US it's probably Friday morning. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to hosting more such interesting live,
Oh yeah,
and we
definitely.
hope for Cam to be back for another live. And
Definitely, we'll do something more useful ones, maybe community cloud or stuff, basically.
exactly,
Right? Maybe we will discuss more CPQ on training catalog side, but I will let you know. That's
right,
actually the very good one for people. But
right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so stay tuned and follow us on all our social media handles and do subscribe to Cam's YouTube channel. The links would be posted on our YouTube description. And thank you so much, Cam, for sharing all about the Salesforce CPQ and for taking
Thank you,
time
buddy.
out on Friday evening to chat with us. You were fabulous. Thank you, and have
Thank
a
you.
wonderful day.
Cheers, guys. Have a good one. It's great talking to everyone. Cheers. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so much.